Hello everyone, welcome back to my CCNP routing labs. So this is CCNP routing BGP class lab 1. This is Penny, your Cisco Juniper Master expert instructor. So today's lab is going to be very small lab, just introduction to BGP. Guys, remember BGP is the ISP's routing protocol. So if ISPs want to talk to ISPs, they use BGP as a routing protocol. That's one of the major exterior gateway routing protocol. So border gateway protocol is one of the major exterior gateway protocol, sometimes called as EGP. So today's lab is part of MANICONET. That AS number is 11111. We are seeing three routers, router 1, router 2, router 3. And there are two loopbacks in router 1 and 2, and there's a one loopback in router 3. Since all the routers are part of the same autonomous system number MANICONET, it is part of the IBGP. So it is one company, one autonomous system. Guys, just read through the conditions. We have to do this lab. Configure BGP as shown above. I'm telling not to advertise the links 10.10.10 and 20.20.20, but advertise only the loopbacks. And I'm saying R1 loopback should be seen at R3 table, as well as R3 loopback should be seen as R1's BGP table. Initially, it's not going to happen because BGP has a behavior is called IBGP split horizon. That means whenever routers 2 receive a route from R1, that route will not be sent to R3. Same way, whenever route comes from R3, R2 will not send that route to R1. This behavior is called IBGP split horizon. There are three solutions for this one. You will be studying in the class. The solution I'm going to adopt is called BGP route reflector. So I'm going to make router 2 as a route reflector and make router 1 and router 3 as RR client, otherwise route reflector clients. Then I'm saying although R3 can see 111, it cannot fix. The thing is, the route will be coming to R3, but the route will be not best route. It will be just valid route. The reason, when router 1 advertises the routes to R2, the next stop is 10.10.10.1. When the router 2 advertises the same route to R3, router 2 will just re-advertise with the same next stop. So when router 3 get the route, the next stop will be 10.10.10.1. Since router 3 cannot ping or reach 10.10.10.1, the route will be only valid route, not a best route. So BGP cannot use it. So router 3 cannot ping. Same thing happened to router 1. So guys, to solve this one, we have to make sure router 1 knows how to go to 20.20.20, and we have to make sure router 3 knows how to go to 10.10.10. So what we are going to do on router 1, router 2, router 3, we are going to enable ospf as an IGP. So most of the ISPs, they are using IS as a interior gateway protocol, but in this lab we are going to use ospf as a interior gateway routing protocol. So that's the major core of BGP, guys. We are going to see the commands. Then I'm saying R3 sees only one summarized route, 111 and 112. So instead of 111 and 112, it should see 1100. So we have to summarize on R2. Then number 6, I'm telling R2 should not advertise 222 network to R3, but we cannot use access list. So we are going to use a special form of access list. It's called prefix list. Then number 7 is commands. I strongly advise you guys to draw this diagram and do the lab and draw the condition and read the condition twice, thrice. Make sure you understand all the conditions. So this lab is by MANIADVANTAGE. So I have all the solution given to you here, but I'm not going to look at the solution when I do the lab, but you have all the solutions. So I'm going to just post it if you want to make a screenshot, something like that, guys. Okay, so that's for 3. This section for number 4. So this is enabling ospf. Then there are a couple of show commands. Number 5 is route summarization in BGP. Number 6, it is denying the route as well as permitting everything. So in prefix list 0000/0 LE32 is called any route. Then we are going to, so guys, again, this lab I'm going to do from scratch right now, and all the IPs are predefined in my pod right now. So guys, I have router 1, router 2, router 3. So let's start from router 3. Show IP interface brief. I'm going to check all the IPs. I have two IPs, that's right. If I type show run pipe include inter 255 is going to show me the IP addresses and subnet masks. So everything looks good, guys. Let's go to router 2. So I have previous configuration, so I'm going to remove no router BGP 1111. Okay, no. So I have enabled before I did the lab one time, guys. No router ospf 1. So if I type show IP protocols, I want to make sure I'm working on a fresh. Yeah, so there is nothing right now. So let's do whatever configuration we will remove. No router ospf 1. Then I want to say show IP protocols. So there is nothing. Show run pipe include into 255. So that's good, everything is good, guys. So I'll go to router 1 now. Show IP. So I think I have ospf. I'll remove this one. No router ospf 1. Then I will type show run pipe include into 255. So it's showing me all the loop back. I will type show IP protocol to make sure I'm not running any routing protocols. So there's a very powerful command, show IP protocol. It will tell you if you are running any dynamic routing protocol. To see if you are running any static routes, the command is show run pipe include IP route. Include IP route. If there is nothing, you are not running. So guys, again, finally, let's check the IPs and subnet masks. Include inter 255. Okay, so we are ready to configure the configuration, but I want to make sure I have connectivity. Physical connectivity 20.20.20.2. I'm on router 2. Then if I type 10.10.10.1, I'm on router 1. So let's go back to my original router position. This is router 3. So let's start from router 1. So guys, again, remember BGP need a neighbor command to establish the neighbor. So we are going to use the good practice router BGP. The many coordinate AS number is 11111. Then I'm going to type no auto summary, no synchronization, as well as I'm going to enable route ID, BGP route ID. Since I'm on router 1, I'll type 111. The important command is neighbor 10.10.10.2. That's router 2's address. I'm going to type remote AS 11111. And also now I'll type 2 network command 1.1.1.0 mask 255.255.255.0. I'll do the up arrow. Then the third octet one I will change to 2. So this complete my configuration on initial configuration router 1. If I type show run section BGP, I should see my full configuration on router 1. Make a note, take a pause of the screen and just try to analyze the routes, guys. Let's go to router 2. So I'll do the exact same thing. Config T router BGP 11111, because that is many coordinate AS number 11111. And also I'm going to type no auto summary, no synchronization, BGP router ID 2.2.2.2. Then there are 2 neighbors 10.10.10.1, remote AS 11111, and also do the up arrow. Then I had to put 20.20.20.3. I have 2 network command. I'm looking at the diagram, that's why you have to always keep the diagram handy. Mask 255.255.255.0. I will do the up arrow. I will change this third octet 2 to 22. Guys, this concludes router 2's initial configuration. So let's check show run section BGP. I'm going to go to router 3 and do the same. Config T router BGP 11111, no auto summary, no synchronization, BGP route ID 3.3.3.3. Then I'm going to say neighbor 20.20.20.2, remote AS 11111. There is one network command 3.3.3.0 mask 255.255.255.0. So guys, this concludes my initial configuration. The neighbor is not up also. If I type, so there are some basic commands. So let's see the PDF document here, the MANIADVANTAGE lab. So I'm showing all the command I typed, number 1 and number 2, but I'm not advertising the links. So these are the couple of commands you can check. Let's familiarize with those commands. If I type show IP BGP summary, I'm seeing, we'll make it up a little bit big. It tells me the local route ID, it tells me local AS number, BGP version is 4. It says the neighbor is 20.20.20.2. So it is not giving the neighbor's route ID, it's giving the neighbor's IP address. Unlike ospf, is receiving two prefixes. You must see a 0 or a number. But if you type show IP BGP, there's a command called show IP BGP neighbor. So it's even a little bit more, you're going to get more information. But so if I type show IP BGP neighbor, it's going to give you neighbor's IP address as well as neighbor's route ID. So this is the route ID we set for R2. So I always prefer the command show IP BGP summary, because in one shot it tells me neighbor is good neighbor. If I want to see the route, I can type show IP BGP. The route, just see I'm not receiving router 1's loopback. Same way, if I go to router 1, if I type show IP BGP, I'm not going to see router 3's loopback. So the reason is router 2 is not sending between the prefixes. To stop this one, guys, I want to do some changes. The changes wise, what I want to do, I will go to router 2. So let's go to our PDF document and analyze. So next one, make sure router 1 loopbacks networks are seen on router 3 table. So as I said, I'm going to make router 2 as a route reflect. I'm going to give these commands. So let's give those commands on router 2. So if I go to router 2, if I say router BGP 11111, then if I say neighbor 10.10.10.1 route reflect a client, as well as I will do the up arrow, I will say neighbor 20.20.20.3. So just see the neighbor is going down and coming up. So it's not a good command. You have to always plan ahead to give these commands. If I type show run section BGP, you are going to see the commands wise. You are going to see the neighbor command, and you are going to see neighbor route reflect client command. So we give this command, guys. So if I go to router 3, I should see the routes. Just see, but the problem is they are only valid route. They are not best route, because the next stop is 10.10.10.1. Same way, if I go to router 1, if I type show IP BGP, I'm going to see router 3's loopback, but the next stop is again unchanged. So we have to go to the next step to solve this puzzle. So I won't be able to ping right now as it is. I won't be able to ping from router 1 to router 3. If I just try to go and do ping 3.3.3.3 source loopback 0, is not going to do, because the route is not a best route. So to solve that one, guys, we have to do something. What is that something? We have to enable ospf. So I think that is condition number 4. Although you see 111 in R3 BGP table, you cannot ping or reach. The reason it is not a best route. So we are going to enable ospf, and we are going to enable links. So R1 can reach 20.20.20 network, and R3 can reach 10.10.10 network. That's our goal. Most of the ISPs, they are using ISIS as their IGP protocol, but in this lab we are going to use ospf as IGP protocol. Let's go back to the diagram and let's do the fix, guys. So I'll go back to the diagram. Okay, I'm going to go to my sessions also here. So router 1 config T, router ospf 1 network 10.10.10.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. I'll go to router 3 and type config T, router ospf 1 network 20.20.20.0 0.0.0.255 area 0. On R2 I have to advertise both networks. So config T, router ospf 1 network 10.10.10.0 0.0.0.255 255 area 0. I will do the up arrow and advertises 20 also. So guys, only reason we are doing because route reflector is not changed in the next stop. So in the BGP table, we are seeing the route coming from other routers as valid route, not a best route. That's the only reason we are doing. So guys, very soon I should have two ospf neighbors on R2. Let's check show IP ospf neighbor. So there are two-way routers. I know very first time is going to take time. So that means we are going to see the difference, guys. Okay. Look at, okay, so BGP is coming up right now. Just say 333. It is a value. So you are going to see this become now best route. Same way on R3, you are going to see these two becoming best route. That's our goal. So if I type show IP BGP, we have to wait for some time. Okay, so just say now it become best route. So that means I will be able to ping right now. This one also, if I just do show IP BGP, so right now if I bring up the same command to ping will work. So that's very important thing, guys. So when you have IBGP, you have to make sure the links are reachable, and also make sure you have to configure either route reflector or confederation or full mesh to make the connectivity happening. I know it's a little bit more for beginning, so let's continue, guys. I'm saying make sure R3 sees only 110016 instead of, so that means this route R1 loop back, R3 should see a summary. So let's go and see how it is done right now. If I go to R3, R3 sees both the routes. So if I go to R2, I will configure summarization. The way I configure is I'll go to BGP 11111 Maniconet, then aggregate address 1.1.0.0, 255.255.0.0. BGP has lots of options, but we are going to only use the command summary only. If you are going to do CCIE, it's best to understand all the options, but we only worry about this option only. Whenever you change anything in BGP, it's always best to type this command clear IP BGP star soft. So this is called soft reset without clearing the neighbor. Just see, I'm going to type show IP BGP. Right now, I'm not seeing these two routes. Instead of those two routes, now I'm seeing only one route, but I should be still able to ping. If I do ping 1.1.1.1 source loop back 0 is going to ping. If I'm right, other one is 2. Let's check. Yeah, that's right, it's 2. So 111, and I can still ping. If I go to router 2 and if I look at the BGP table, here I have to type show IP BGP. Show IP BGPs. Look at this one. It tells me now the both routes are suppressed with S keyword, and it's originating new route 1100 with a next stop of 00. So I will see this route. So that means on the place you are summarizing, the summarized route will have a next stop of 0. That's another concept. If I go to router 1, I'm going to see that summarized route coming back here too right now. You see, in addition to my own routes with the next stop of, so whenever you see next stop of 00, that means the routes are originated with a network command. So in this case, router 1, I have a network command for both 111 and 112, and 1100 is coming from router 2 right now. So guys, still I have the full connectivity. That means I have a loop back to loop back connectivity. So command wise, so we have one more conditions. We'll do that condition and we'll go through the commands. Make sure router 2 don't advertise 222 network to R3. I'll go slowly, so if you want to pause, or if anybody is watching the YouTube video from different locations, guys, I'm going to use this one. I will use the same IP PL net 2. Okay, so on R2, let's go to R2. I'll type the same command just to make sure everybody understand what I'm doing here. Config T IP prefix list plnet2 deny. I don't want to allow 2.2.0/24, but I want to allow everything else. So I will say permit 0.0.0.0/0 LE32. So that means that becomes any route. Now I have to associate to the neighbor. So I will say router BGP 11111, router BGP 11111. I typed extra one, neighbor 20.20.20.3, prefix list. So I'm saying when I send anything to neighbor, you just make on this one prefix list plnet2, the direction is out. So it could be out or in. So I will show you the full command, guys, and let's do something clear. IP BGP star soft. So that means 222 should not be visible to router 3. Let's see the configuration. Show run section BGP. So just see configuration become bigger and bigger. So we added this command to do the route summarization, and we added this command to do route filtering, and we added these two commands to make this route as a route reflector. If I go to router 3, in the BGP table I should not see 222. So let's see. See, 222 is gone. Let's see what's the difference before and now. Yeah, 222 is gone. Now I'm receiving only 3 routes. So I will not be, if I do ping 2.2.2.2 source loopback 0, it should work. Sorry, it should not work because I just disallowed 2.2.2.2. But if I do ping 2.2.20.2.2, it should work. So let's do the up arrow. So this is, and I didn't block this one, so this should work. So guys, again, we are almost done. So let's go through a couple of show commands. So I'm asking you to verify the tables here. So always use update source loopback 0 when you want to do the ping, because we never advertise link, but for the purpose of next stop reachability we advertise. But in the when you do the class labs or any other big labs, always use loopback 0 for testing. So guys, let's do a couple of show commands before we finish this lab. So I'll go to the middle route is R2. The command by show IP BGP summary. It's a very powerful command. If you don't want the full format, you can type show IP BGP summary begin neighbor, begin capital NEI. So here is giving you the neighbors. So first of all, the full output give the local route ID, and is giving you the neighbor's IP address. It's not giving you the neighbor's route ID. So if you want to see the neighbor's route ID also, you can type the command called show IP BGP neighbor. Is a very big output. So it say one of the neighbor is 10.10.10.1 IP address, its route ID is 111. It belongs to 111 and is a IBGP neighbor. It's called internal link. It's not an external link. If I come down further to my next neighbor, so sometimes it become my next neighbor is 20.20.20.3. Its route ID is 1333. It's also an internal link. So these are the different BGP message types. So there's something called open message type, notification, update, keep alive. So there are different BGP message types. One more time, guys. Show IP BGP summaries. As I said, this one I'm going to use heavily. And if you want to see the BGP table, you type the command show IP BGP without that summary keyword. You are going to see the network, you are going to see the next stop, you are going to see med attribute, metric, local preference attribute, weight attribute, ACE path, and also you are going to see the origin attribute. So this I mean origin. If it is a question mark, it is redistributed. So very powerful command. And if you want to see the administrative distance, you type the command show IP route BGP. And here you are seeing the B is the syntax for BGP. The 200 mean the routes are learned by IBGP. So 200 is for IBGP, 24 EBGP. So guys, again, Just understand the topology is a very important lab and very good lab. This is the diagram we went through. But if you want to do the lab, you have to do the lab multiple times. Just understand the concept, and good luck in your Ccnp Bgp class lab 1. Read the concept, do the lab multiple times. This is Manny, your master Cisco instructor. If you have any questions or if you have any doubts, you can always reach me through my email. Again, everyone, thanks for watching my video.